Good morning. It is way too fucking early in the morning. I think it's only like 4:30. Anyway, I was peacefully asleep in my sick state of, when you're sick and you're sleeping, suddenly it's like you're in this shrouded sleep. Your head is just somewhere in a cozy, dark place, and it's hard to wake up. I was there. And I was sleeping, and I don't remember if I was dreaming, but I was probably having a weird dream, which is fine. And suddenly I hear, because I'm radiant and beautiful, and it's what I deserve. What the fuck? The cat had jumped in this basket that we keep next to the bed that Marcus had put the TV remote in. So she decided she was gonna jump onto that remote, and it's a Fire TV, so it had ads right away when it turned on because Jeffrey Bezos. Why not, right? First thing anyone wants to see when they turn on their television is ads about how luxurious you can feel while wearing your double D bra. Talk about targeted advertisement, though. Sorry. I feel like yuck. Just straight up yuck. I did a lot of stuff yesterday. A lot of going through things and making sure what I didn't need or want. Well, I just mostly what I didn't need, because I've been having this terrible thing where for the past 3 years I haven't done my purchase. Little by little, I have. I used to do like half of what I owned in the summer, and then again we just double check it in the fall. We haven't done that in quite some time. So that's what I've been doing. I've been getting rid of all the things. And yes, I've been asking myself, does this bring me joy? I should probably read that book. But something to be said about the fact that a lot of people can go off of that without ever reading that book. I was gonna go to the library today because they have this book. I could probably find it online and read it, and I'm sure there's a billion articles. But it was a self-help book, and it was about being angry, to not being something about not being angry or not letting your trauma make you angry, something along the lines of that. And I thought I was gonna give it a read because a week and a half ago when I was at the library, it literally flew off the shelf at me. And so maybe I should take that as a sign, since I'm trying so hard to not be upset and angry and petty. But when it comes to a specific family member, I feel like no matter the role I take, whether it be supportive or listening or, it doesn't matter what role I take. It's always the same, and it's kind of killing me. Just a little, because, family, man. Family. I remember when I had my entire family, when I was a kid. I was like 5 or 6. I think maybe 6, when my aunt and uncle and cousins moved to Florida when we were in New York. And I watched them pack up their whole house and put it into the truck, and the moving truck pulled their vehicle, and they went to Florida, and they live out in Florida. That's great for them. That's awesome if they're happy. And my cousin, I don't know where my one cousin lives. I think he's possibly still in Florida, and my other one is in Arizona. The last time I knew, but that was it. That was the moment, the monumental fracture in our family. Because before that, we'd get together, we see each other, we'd run around and play, as littler family members. We would all be there, spending the night over at cousins' houses and aunts' houses, seeing family. And after that wasn't the case anymore. There wasn't cousins. And, at that point, my mom was married to my sister's dad. And then, he was my dad from the time I was 2 to the time I was 15. So, we would go over to, his sister's house, my Aunt Shirley's house, and I had cousin Dustin. Cousin Crystal was too old. By the time I was 10, she was 22. So, but there was no family, and then the home life was continuous fighting. I don't know. There was always something to fight about. And then they got divorced. We moved to Florida for a little while. We got to see, there was the tradition again. We moved to Florida and lived with my aunt and uncle. And I know nothing, actually, because I was a kid. I was 10. So what did I know? I just know that we lived with my aunt and uncle. I got to see my cousins again. We played with neighbor kids. We had tradition every Sunday. We went to the beach. And then we moved back to New York, and I was gone. And I don't know. Then my mom remarried, and then I got a new dad. And new siblings. I was so excited to have siblings, because my family was gone, disintegrated. A youthful support system was wonderful to have, and I got 4 of them, which was great. Everybody was younger than me. I was the oldest. My youngest brother and I are 13 years apart, for some perspective. And my sister and I are 4 years apart. So even at the closest, there's still a whole ass human being who's started to have a developmental process. But, I don't know. That stuff ended up lasting for 10 years. But in there was a period of time when I was 16 when I got kicked out and had to figure out my own life. So I did, and I ended up with being pregnant at the end of being 17, and I had my son. And I remember the day before I found out I was pregnant, I was so in tune or something, because if I missed my period even by an hour of when it started, I'd be like, something's going on. it's like, because you the things you're taught when you're growing. Anyway, so I remember that was the case, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm late. But before that, I remember praying that I wished that I had the ability to have a baby, because I just want somebody to need me, and I wanted to be able to take care of somebody the way I wish that I could have been taken care of. I think I failed at that. But someone was listening, because I ended up with Jeremy, so. And despite everything, he is such a brilliant young man. I love him so much. There's not enough words I can say. And I would hope that everybody feels that way about their child. All of them, if they have more than one. Too many people play, this is my favorite child, and this isn't my favorite child, and this person is just a piece of shit because they're going through something hard in life, but they're my child. I just hate them. I don't understand. I could never imagine just hating my own kid. Like, that would be the very weirdest, some weird-ass form of body dysmorphia. It came from me, and I hate it. At that point, it's probably time for self-reflection. Anyway, I have gone off on like this huge random tangent. I've been doing that a lot lately. I think the reflecting and being sick has me emotional. But now, I guess I might as well finish. After my brother's dad and my mom got split, that's when my current came in, and he's been there. Like, I used to have issues with SH, and he was, other than my husband, my now husband, who used to call me out on it, he was the only one I feel like actually gave a crap, because, like, he did take me to this clinic, and even though at the clinic they're like, oh wow, you're into body modifications, cool, yep, I'm just making a spiral. Since then, I haven't done that in a very long time, so that's good, because there's nothing more gut-wrenching and hating of thyself than those moments. Anyway, I'm actually pretty lucky, because my dad, he stuck around after everything. Like, I'm still gonna be your dad no matter what, and that, on a selfish level, that was comforting, because I have some slight abandonment issues. I'm not so bold as to say I don't, but through some thick and thin stuff, he's been there, and I can get advice about, like, throughout the years, I've been able to get advice about our kids, because he has kids too, so more siblings, and I don't know, it's been this strong bond, and I know there are people out there that hate that. There are people that present as though they hate that relationship that I have, and I don't think I really care. I care about the fact that they would rather me be miserable, or if some other people would rather cut ties to any support systems, that if I have one that I'm horrible, or if I talk to family that it's a problem. I'm 36. I just can't be bothered with that problem anymore. So that's what I've been working on the past couple of months, because I spent way too much time, and especially after the other day when, someone that I worked with just they've passed. Like, it just kind of, there have been some discussions, and yeah, it's noticeable as to how finite our time really is, despite not thinking that's the case. So why spend it being the... Anyway, this has been a 16-minute video so far, and it has a lot of unflattering angles, and I apologize. I don't feel good. But I guess this is what I needed to talk about today. So, there it is. I'm gonna listen to my book, because Marcus got me a book, so I'm gonna listen to it. It's called The Grimoire Dark by D.S. Quinton, and the narrator's voice is like the narrator you want to read Poe. So I'm gonna go, because I have a book that's calling my name, and